Grouch Inc. podcast.
All right, welcome to episode 7 of the Grouch Inc. podcast. Today we're going to talk about terrible drivers and Amish assholes.
Oh my god.
Among other things, many other things.
Yeah, that was Brandon. I'm Rachel. How we doing, everybody?
Hopefully you're doing as well as us. We're having a pretty good day, all things considered.
Yes.
You know? We have a herd of Amish farmers across, behind, every direction of our home right now.
Yeah, we're
making
kind of stuck
noise
in the middle of
field.
Amish country.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
offense to anybody Amish, just the ones we're around are... Oh my god.
And we have 2 dogs, so they are literally raising hell.
2, unfortunately, by birth hunting dogs.
Yeah.
They were rescued, but
They respond to noise. So they are howling at these Amish farmers.
all the time.
Yes, noon to
You'll
night.
hear them in our podcast,
And honestly,
I'm sure.
it goes longer than that. Yeah, you might even hear it in the background. It's quite disturbing.
We tried to block it out mostly with Brandon's technical skills, but you might be able to hear them in
Yeah,
unison.
I don't think there's a noise suppression that'll work
For asshole dogs.
for asshole
/
dog.
farmers.
Yes.
We love farmers, by the way. Thank you for making all of our food. We can't cultivate it. We're just talking about the particular ones that are annoying us right
I'm
now.
more mad at the ones that are making ethanol behind me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The ones that are around us that are just happen to be annoying.
Yes. So make sure you check us out and subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/grouchinc. You can also find us on soundcloud.com/grouch-inc, spreaker.com/grouchinc, Twitter @grouchinc, and we're also on iTunes. All right, so let's talk about terrible fucking drivers. I know that drivers all over the world suck.
They do.
But here in Indiana, and as you've said, Rachel, in the Midwest, they're bad. They're terrible, and they're
are.
selfish.
They're bad everywhere, but we'll just talk about our bad
Yeah, we
drivers.
can. Yeah.
Here, our farmers, like we said, we thank them for everything. But what you have to deal with is on your way to work, something that's literally bigger than the road, going slower than the speed limit, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't pass them. They're like an armored vehicle, and their tires the size of your goddamn car.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
ridiculous.
do anything about it.
And they don't care because they don't have to.
And they, even if they did care, they can't make it go any faster.
What can they
They're already
really
in the
do?
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't help.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And around here, it's even on the highways. You see them on 35, on 31, on 218, on 19. It's messed up.
And like in
I don't-
California, they don't know about that. They just
They don't have to deal with that. They have to worry about fucking taxi cabs clipping them and shit, and we have to
Yeah.
worry about fucking
No one has
farmers
a license plate.
flattening us into roadkill. And to be honest, the majority of them are not too polite with their driving.
No.
You could be 10, 15 yards from one, and they're going to pull out in front of you and go 15 miles an hour for the next 7 minutes.
Yeah. It's
And
rare
that's
to see a turn
infuriating.
signal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they don't really use or have turns. I don't know if it's both or one, but they by choice maybe don't use the turn signal.
People pass you when it's dangerous, and you're scared for them. You're like, oh my god,
You
is
would
someone
think a
gonna come up this hill?
$300,000 tractor would have a turn signal.
Right.
But yeah, I don't understand it, and they're always destroying the road.
Oh yeah, our road had so many potholes thanks to it because of them bashing into it with their,
We literally go through about a set of tires a year just
Yeah.
because of the conditions out here.
Yeah, they get ripped up by these machines.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. We can go to bed
The
one night
plows.
and they've patched it up, and you come back the next morning and there's huge chunks of the road missing both ways, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's pretty bad. We go through a lot of tires.
Yeah.
So we've got some interviews coming up we'd like to talk about.
Yeah, we've got a lot really coming up. We'll kind of announce the dates on our Twitter and on our SoundCloud page and so forth. But we're going to be interviewing the Shambolic.
Awesome.
It's a really cool band that we've
They're
actually
awesome.
played on the
We like
podcast before. That's going to be great. We're going to be interviewing author Eddie Slane for his debut book, The Bled. And I've read the first 4 chapters of it, and it's it's kind of a horror thriller / erotic novel.
Whoa.
So it's not something I would typically read,
Oh my god.
but it's more
I like the
it's,
horror.
It's more horror thriller than erotic, and the parts that are erotic aren't really offensive. I mean,
So is it like 50 Shades of Grey or
that would
what? What do you think?
I've never read it, but from what I've seen, I mean, I would say that this has more story.
I've never read it either, but I know there's whips and chains.
This
and
has
sex
more.
scenes.
Yeah, but like most of the setup and stuff, it's a very substantial story as well. It's not just all sex. There's a little bit of sex, but it's mostly describing these characters and what they're going
Is it
through.
smart?
And,
Is it intellectual?
yeah, it's very smart. It's well written, and I liked it. And I've talked to the author.
So the sex
and,
is just a bonus.
yeah, that's just kind of a bonus.
Okay.
It's
Well, then
really
I'll
a
give it a
horror
chance.
thriller book that just
it's
happens
$1.
to be erotic.
It's $1.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon. It's on the Barnes & Noble site. It's all over the place. You can get it for Kindle. The book is called The Bled by Eddie Slane.
Awesome. Who else we got coming up?
Yeah, we got the Midnight Horror Show, which is a horror review. They do horror movies,
Awesome.
like the
What
Walking
should we
Dead
like?
type TV shows, horror comics, horror magazines, books, everything. And they're going to actually give us the first interview. They're getting ready later this month to drop their site, and it'll be open for the public. And then they're going to come on here and talk to us about it and kind of promote a little bit.
Right on.
And that'll be
Right on.
fun.
I can't wait for that.
Yep. And then we got Michael's Music Blog.
Oh, we know them.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours from Colorado. He does interviews. He interviews bands, and they do like reviews of albums and books and even restaurants and stuff. It's a
Shit.
really cool site, yeah.
I wonder if they know South Park people from Colorado.
Yeah. Not
Learn about
Yelping.
restaurant. All right, go ahead. Who's next?
Then we got two bands we're going to be interviewing.
Who's that?
Forever Still
Ooh, I've heard their stuff.
and Wasteland Rocks.
Awesome.
So we will have all those dates posted really soon on all our social media sites.
Great.
And I want to encourage you all to check us out again at youtube.com/grouchinc.
Yeah. Please download us.
Yeah, download us at soundcloud.com/grouch-inc. Or iTunes. Yeah, you can just search us on iTunes.
All right, our first song tonight is from our unsigned artist of the week. It's Among the Essence with Burn Your Temple.
You're not a liar, chemicals burn your senses crack. Lots of paper's worth another try. Lots of paper's worth another try. A thousand reasons left for you to live. What you left to give. Show them eyes hidden inside. Give us all your blood, sweat. Give us your time to burn. Crawl through the fire. Don't die, sir, you'll make through this. Don't stop, it's almost over. Don't be a victim, yes. Don't burn, crawl through the fire. Don't die, sir, you'll make through this. Don't stop, it's almost over. Don't be a victim, yes. Don't be a victim, yes. Size of cup, but you still continue to lose. Fault isn't that you're hit. All those play that you are about, you're wrong, they'll break the other day. It's like questions you scream on, I die this when you're screaming. No, 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 yeah. A thousand reasons left for you to live. What you left to give. Show them us hidden inside. Give us all your blood, sweat, and give us your time to burn. Crawl through the fire. Don't die soon, you'll be through this. Don't stop, it's almost over. Don't be a victim, yes. Don't burn, crawl through the fire. Don't die soon, you'll be through
That was Among the Essence with Burn Your Temple. You can check them out on Twitter at Among Essence or on Facebook at facebook.com/AmongTheEssence1.
All right, it's time to talk about some news. Well, we've been keeping up with Gwen Stefani lately and all of her comings and goings. And the newest news from Gwen Stefani is her new single, Used to Love You. Glaringly obvious about her, recent divorce.
It's fucked up.
And she's quoted as saying, "Things went down. I think it was February when my life just was like, whoa, it just changed." And that was the whole quote. Of course, your whole life just changed. You got 3 kids.
And
you're married forever.
What a deep quote.
Yeah, deep.
Like, whoa, my life totally changed.
Yeah. And I
Smart
I like
girl.
Gwen Stefani. I like her
I
music.
do too, but she's not the deepest of thinkers.
Wow. Well, that's just one quote.
I
Anyway,
know.
Used to Love You. Listen to it. It's a good song. It's done crazy well. And she's also been hinted around at being with Blake Shelton.
Gross.
Is that right?
Yeah, gross.
We've heard it. Anyway, next thing we're going to talk about. Did you hear about the waitress from a Waffle House who got a $600 tip?
No.
No? Well, that was in, let's see, what city was that in? Let me look it up here. In Kingsport, Tennessee. She was a waitress. She was working the graveyard shift. And she honestly didn't even want to wait on this guy. She was quoted as saying, "I was ready to go home. I didn't even want to wait on him, but I was the only waitress working."
Yeah.
We've all been guilty of that. But eventually, the lady and the customer got to talking, and they got to talking about her son, Colton. They were going to go on a trip. And they talked about how she just spent all of her money on his last birthday party.
Oh, wow.
So after finishing his meal, he paid his check, and it was $24.29. And he casually left a $600 tip.
Yeah, I wonder what the percentage is on that. That's crazy.
It's 2,500%.
Wow.
2,500%. They did that math for you.
That's a pretty nice guy.
They stopped the guy, and he just, said, "I just like to do things for nice people."
Well, that's good.
Right.
That's
He's
rare.
Following people like Amy Schumer that are doing things like that. She's recently left like 1,000% tip somewhere. Right.
That's cool.
And also, we were talking about these kids. They bought 100 McDonald's burgers for these homeless people where they live. They live down
Wow.
Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. There was 2 of them. Their names are Lance Stewart and his friend Aiden Kalansky. They had a hard time seeing all of the homeless people in their neighborhood. They see them every night.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be depressing. I've been in that scenario a bit, playing in bigger cities,
Yeah, it's
gigs
hard
and
to
stuff.
see.
I've never been able to say no to a homeless person, in need.
Yeah, and apparently
It's
they had the
very
means,
depressing,
so they
yeah.
just went to McDonald's. They spent $151 on 100 McDouble sandwiches. They didn't just get them singles; they got them doubles.
Wow.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, that's great.
And they handed it out to everybody they saw who was in need. And someone captured the moments, and it got 9 million views in less than a week.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's nice to hear about good things.
Yeah, they're kind of few and far between these days, so
They
it
really
is nice
are.
to hear about them.
Because the next thing we're going to talk about is disgusting.
Oh, man.
This Dallas mom, she tried to kill her children.
Ooh.
Yeah, this woman, her mugshot is creepy as shit. She's got 3 kids, a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 12-year-old.
Right.
And during this particular incident, she mixed ant poison with water and forced her 4-year-old to drink it.
Wow.
He wouldn't open his mouth, so she slapped him, made him drink it. And then she turned her attention to the 12-year-old and 7-year-old, who then ran to their grandparents' house. And a
Oh my
witness called
God.
911, thank God.
Yeah.
And they showed up, and now the 4-year-old's in stable condition, expected to survive. But she is in custody, and she'll be charged, thankfully, with capital murder. I hope.
What the fuck can be going on in your life that you would have to kill your children?
I don't know, especially a 4-year-old.
I can't think of an excuse for that for any human being, let alone your own child.
No, and poison.
What
Ant
a
poison.
fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How does she already have a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old who have managed
I
to
think
survive?
they should really have the harshest punishment available for that kind of thing. I think they should just put those kind of people down. There's no point in keeping someone around that would kill their own child.
Like that makes Dexter's. We've seen the show Dexter. When you see some kind of crazy shit like that go down when you're a kid, that messes with you. Those poor kids are scarred now.
And what good is she going to be to society, even in 10 years, if she went to jail for some bullshit charge, which will probably happen, to be honest with you.
Right. She'll get some lawyer.
Yeah, and she'll go to jail for
emotionally abused her or some shit.
For 10, maybe 15 years, and then she'll be out and free. And what the fuck is up with that?
She tried to kill a kid.
Just take her out back and shoot her. I don't care. Fuck it, man. I mean, that's cold.
You're hardcore, Brandon. You're hardcore.
She's Asian.
She's a piece of shit.
She's Asian.
She's
she should know. They're hardcore. They're more hardcore than I'll ever be.
I wish zombies were a real thing. We could just zombify her and...
We can feed her to the dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear them in the background there, but they are howling.
They are howling. But we thank you for listening and dealing with our dogs barking and all of the things that we've been wanting to talk about and share with you. Make sure to check us out on Twitter. We are at Grouch Inc. Send us an email, please. We are grouch.inc@gmail.com.
Grouch Inc. Podcast.